Welcome back, everyone, to Smash Brothers Retrospective with Go to Bedcast. I'm your host, Austin. Here we are once again, now with Brawl, the black sheep of the bunch. If anyone's missed the previous videos on Melee or 64, you could watch those. But Brawl is a game I have a massive amount of history with, as it was more introduction to things online. Yeah, we have a lot to get into, so we're gonna go ahead and hop right in. Smash Brothers Brawl. Okay, good. I was gonna just go and view this first, so. Is it gonna play the video? No, it's gonna load. Okay. Let's begin with going over features and everything that's in the menus. This game is a decade old. It is. Brawl is a decade old. I was on internet forums. I was taking a break from internet forums. I don't remember why. It was probably a focus on school. But I wasn't on forums as much when Sonic came out. But I used to browse the Nintendo's official forum. That was N-Cider. That was what it was called. Just cider with an N in the front. And I hadn't been there in a while. So I'm like, holy crap, Sonic is in Brawl. This is like at 3 in the morning. This is at 3 in the morning when the Smash Dojo updates. So, Sonic dropped. I saw this video. Like, holy shit, I want to talk about this with people. So I went to the Insider forums. Found out they were closed. The forums have been closed for a while, actually. Apparently. And I didn't know about it until I wanted to talk to people about Sonic and Brawl. Looking for Snake's probably more near. Oh, I don't have Snake. Right, you have to unlock them to get their sound test. Records for everything. Notices was like when you unlock a character and it gives you the message. The first game with 16:9 support. D-Flicker, not useful here either. Rumble's an option by controller or by name. In fact, this game was the first game to have. Look how much control you have over your control settings. You can map every input. Or like every button, but you can't like set them to do anything at all. Though this is like you can't taunt with A or anything, you have to just like go through a menu. And then this is the first game where you can turn tap jump off. This game is like much bigger than Melee, so if we get some like freezes, that's why. Music option, this is not new. My Music is new, where you can set the chances of a song playing on each individual stage. Now in this game and in Wii U, there is a set number of songs per level, and in Smash Ultimate, it is every stage gets all of its individual series music. So every DK stage will have, or like, you know, Mario stage will have all of the Mario music selectable, and you can set the chances for those. This game brought back trophies. Play with the Wiimote and Nunchuck. I definitely did at a time, I remember that. I thought being able to do smash attacks by waving the Wiimote was really cool. Trophies, same way, better organized, I think. Better music, too, for that. You can view them all. And instead of a gacha machine, this game had the coin launcher. This is how you got more trophies using your coins. You shot your coins and played a little shmup. A cute little shmup. I don't have any coins though, so I'm just wasting them all right now. There's a trophy. And this game has stickers, which conceptually are similar to spirits, but spirits are like a more in-depth upgrade of stickers. But this game has stickers, and yeah, we'll get more into that later when we start Subspace. Stage builder. This game has a real fundamental stage building thing. It's not like developer tools or anything. This is actually a very limited stage builder. And save them. Bring them to a friend's house, put them on your SD card and bring it to a friend's. It had stages. Album for screenshots. The challenge board. If anyone's played Kirby's Air Ride, they've probably already noticed. The UI is very similar, and it has some similar sound effects to Kirby's Air Ride. And it also has a challenge board like Kirby's Air Ride. The challenge board is now in most Smash games as well. Forgot to minimize OBS. There we go. Replays. If your match was under 3 minutes in length, you could save it. That wasn't a lot of time though, so it kinda was lackluster. This is the default save that comes on it, and I'm showing you this so that I don't have to play Home Run Contest. It's really funny viewing this replay with Project M. We can talk about Project M here, and the replay is just totally out of sync, and Lucas just like stands there really dumb. By the way, Lucas is in this game. Masterpieces are... They have these in Wii U. These are just trials of each of these games. However, they were kind of a mess in Brawl, because they take a very long time to load up, and then getting back to the game is a hassle. And look, it would take like, you know, a while to start these up. I'm not gonna start any of them up. But you know, you get like 40 seconds of Kid Icarus, or sorry, of Ice Climber. And then documentation of all the games on every console, as of December 2007. So a little out of date. That's how you figure out who the hell Pit is. Yeah. So, Wi-Fi is down. Nintendo Wi-Fi was brought down in 2004. So I can't even connect and show you what's up with this. But, you know, it had friendly matches and randoms. When I first got the game, right, I pre-ordered it, I went to GameStop the next day. No midnight releases at that time. At least not for Smash. And dude at GameStop told me that he was on all night. He stayed up all night trying to find a match in Brawl. And he could not find one, and that's true. The Wi-Fi in this game was terrible. This game has terrible netcode. Wi-Fi was terrible. You know what though? With this game's Wi-Fi, actually, you couldn't find any matches, but when Dolphin was able to connect to Nintendo Wi-Fi, like the exact same servers, and the netcode was fine, playing matches online was actually really solid if you were on emulator, and you could even play between emulator to console. It's still limited, but the console itself was obviously the problem with the online. This went down before the game even released? What do you mean? Nintendo Wi-Fi? Did I say 2004? I meant 2014. The game released in 2008. 4's netcode is trash too. I mean, in comparison to Brawl, it's way better. I hope Ultimate's still better anyways. The other modes here, Stadium with Target Smash. Target Smash is no longer no longer every character, but instead it's just levels. And there are however many fit here, I believe 5. There are 5 target tests, and you can just do them all with the same characters. So it lost a lot of charm, although I like the how big these are, I guess. The thing I'm still concerned about with the Switch is the Switch does have 5 GHz support for its Wi-Fi, but people still need the LAN adapter. Please get a LAN adapter for your Switch before going online on Smash. Target Smash, Home Run Contest, and Multi-Man Brawl. This game, instead of the wireframes or the Polygon team, this one was the Alloy team. These are the alloys. So yeah, that's what this game brought instead. I was thinking, like, you know, I made a comment about the fonts last time when I loaded up Multi-Man Melee. Now the font at the top was different. But there are like 4 or 5 different fonts on this screen alone, and it bothers the hell out of me. Events are back. This time they have difficulty options. So you can do them in whatever difficulty you wanted. I'm not sure exactly how many are in this one, maybe 50. But yeah. And then classic mode and subspace. We'll hop into classic mode first in a second. But we're gonna be going through mechanical changes in Brawl. And Brawl had a lot of mechanical changes. So we'll get into this first. tired. Yep. Have fun replaying this. Will do, Kenny. Have a good night. So Brawl had one of the longest development periods for a Smash game. As far as like compared to Smash 64 and Melee. And Brawl had way more mechanical changes. It had a lot. Brawl had so many mechanical changes, I had to make a list of all of them, otherwise I just would not remember. It tried to change things up drastically, for better or for worse. You'll see a pattern in things that try to make it like as less competitive as what Melee was. So for starters, gravity in this game is much lighter. Everything is much floatier in this game compared to Melee or 64. Well, it's more like 64's gravity, even. But yeah, this game's a lot more floatier. Air dodges are no longer directional. In fact, you can spam air dodge as much as you want in the air. There is like no landing lag for it. Look at that. That's how fast you can act out of it. So, and then you can still recover. It doesn't put you in a helpless state. So air dodging got massively buffed. They introduced tripping. There it is. I'm glad that actually happened. I was not counting on it happening at all. Tripping is just what it is. Your character will randomly trip in this game. Weird mechanic to add, but okay. Buffering, as I've talked about. Buffering is the act of inputting a move or inputting an input early while your character is still in the middle of another move. Something commonly seen in other fighting games. I don't know why I exited out. I don't know why I did that. Hit stun. Hit stun was reduced in this game. This game has the least amount of hit stun in any Smash game. Pretty sure, even compared to Smash Ultimate, which does have less than Wii U. So combos in this game are extremely hard to pull off because there is so little hit stun, unless a move is like intended to combo like her up smash. Characters that can though, grab Meta Knight over here because he has a pretty simple one. But hit stun is so little in this game. A lot of like a lot of attacks like you can act out of as soon as possible. Like if someone's attacking you in the air, you have plenty of opportunity to air dodge before their next attack and dodge it. So like, you know, competitively, that's a really big deal that you cannot have combos as long, but not the worst thing in the world. Tethers. Let's grab a character that can tether. Tethering is a new mechanic in this game. Use Samus. In Melee, it was known as wall grappling. In Smash, Brawl, and Wii U, and Ultimate, it's just tethers, and they lock onto the ledge rather than just a wall. And given like how floaty, look how floaty Samus is in this game. Also, grabbing ledges backwards is a new thing. Let me get further away. Yeah. You just tether, all you have to do is use your Zair in the air and you will, your Z button in the air. It's a bit redundant what I said. And you'll latch onto the ledge. Now then, I don't want to show the rest with her. Switch back to Meta Knight. They also introduced gliding, which is another buff to defensive or just movement in general. You can just glide. And then you still can recover after gliding. God, Meta Knight's recovery and ability to recover is insane. Look at this. You just glide and act out of it. Crazy. And then gliding never came back. Gliding's only in this game. Spikes are no longer in Brawl. There used to be meteors and spikes. Spikes are an attack that sends you directly right down, and at no other angle. It's directly right down, and you cannot cancel it. You cannot get, you cannot cancel it. I'm sorry, yeah, that's spikes. Meteor smashes can be at different angles, but are still, what is it? Yeah, they're at different angles, not straight down. They can be straight down, but they are not. And most importantly, the difference is meteors can be canceled. I don't think Meta Knight has any. So I'm not entirely sure. I didn't play Meta Knight. So meteors can be canceled, and that's another, essentially, you know, nerf. Footstooling is the act of pressing the jump button on top of your opponent, and you can just jump on them, and you can use this to gimp people that are off the side of the stage. You can footstool people in the air and just get extra height off of them, get another jump off of them. Remember crouch canceling in Melee? That is not in this game. So if you get hit while crouching, you're going to take the same knockback as you would otherwise. This game also introduced, let me pick a better character for this one. This game also introduced pivot grabs. Anyone that plays Smash Wii U knows what pivot grabbing is. It's when you are running in one direction, then quickly grab in the other direction, while carrying your momentum from in the direction you're running. Like that. So you're still like sliding in the direction that you're running, but you turn around and grab. And the purpose of this is not just like, you know, you're sliding so you're a little more safe, but the purpose is it increases your grab range substantially. I didn't pick a good stage to show it. If we can get DK on the ground. There we go. Extend your grab range pretty substantially. Like that. So yeah, that's it for most of the mechanics that I could recall and write down that are featured in this game. It's a lot. They changed up a lot with this game, and most of it does feel like it was to nerf competitiveness and make it more fair. So a few more things that were hidden in group rotation. Instead, how many players per match and how many people you have in the room that want to play and cycle between all of them. It's something interesting. This is before there was 8-man Smash, so tournament mode returns. Names, of course, with the things, and special Smash this time lets you like toggle instead of just do one mode entirely. So you can set all sorts of parameters to the fight. And then, yeah, rules I don't think there's anything new for. It's a character select. Handicap was still in, I believe. These are all the items in this game. I think this game has a pretty decent item selection. I enjoy Brawl's items more than, like, 64 or Wii U's. They just weren't a big deal about them. I didn't really think of how items worked until Smash Wii U when they were really bad. But yeah. I'm gonna do a run through classic mode just to show it off, but we're gonna do subspace to unlock everything. So let's do a run through classic mode and unlock whoever is at the end of it. I show you how long classic mode is. Chic, but that's not the case at all, and I apologize. Excuse me? Zelda? Zelda really stopped hitting me so she could go hit Sandbag. This game also has the worst load times of any Smash game. Especially after, like, you start unlocking a lot of stuff. This game has a terrible loading lengths. You see that? Diddy was trying to hold me down, and then DK was trying to punch me. I appreciate Brawl for what it is now. Its amount of single-player content is substantial. It introduced good changes like buffering. Tethers are really cool. But this floatiness stuff, I don't know. Maybe I'll get used to it like I got used to Melee again. This game's hit lag. There's a crazy amount of hit lag in this game. I was almost gonna do bouncing fish, but this game in this game, Sheik and Zelda are still the same character. And what's weird about it in this game is I don't think it was this way in Melee. But in this game, the game has to load when you switch characters between the Pokemon trainer, when he has to swap between his Pokemon, and when Sheik has to go to Zelda. And there's a substantial loading time on console when you ever switch between Sheik and Zelda, or the Pokemon trainer's Pokemon. I don't remember this music being in Brawl. That's interesting. But I mean, I didn't get the stage, and this stage is not by any means Hyrule Castle, or nearly as good as Hyrule Castle. This stage is straight garbage, especially with that fucking Chimera. I said Chimera when I was younger. I talked about this during the Gmod stream, when we played Ultimate Chimera Hunt. But when, in this game, oh, okay, yeah. If he shows up again, I'll pause it. I thought, like, Ultimate Chimera, or like the Chimera was wearing a hat. The button on its back, I did not know was a button. I thought it was wearing a hat. Isn't that great that, like, items can spawn during target test? Isn't that a neat feature? Actually, I think these items are mostly fixed, actually. Oh, wall clinging? Damn it, I forgot one. Wall clinging is new. I'm pretty sure wall clinging is new. Before it was just wall jumps. But in this game, you can cling to walls. I think it's a big issue I had with Brawl. Yeah, and it only got worse as, like, you unlock more characters. I really think the long loading times was because it was trying to load everyone on the opening cliff. And that is the only reason it took a while. I think Brawl was, I talked about yesterday when Chip, that Brawl was the game I was, like, most looking forward to in, like, any game coming out. Because, you know, I had the internet to be hyped about and people to talk about it with. And then, you know, Brawl and Brawl modding and Smash Machinima took over my life for a good while. It was really fun filmmaking, and I would not be where I am if I didn't do that stuff. I wouldn't be into what I'm into. I wouldn't have animated without that stuff and everything. This game has a substantial amount of collectibles between the stickers dropping in matches, music dropping in matches, and trophies. I didn't like address what was gone, but yeah, L canceling is officially gone. Wave dashing's obviously gone because you can't. Wave dashing just requires to be able to wave dash at all you need is the, what is it? Angled air dodges. Since that doesn't exist anymore, you can't wave dash. Now, for wave dashing to be useful, requires some other things. But to be possible in the first place, it needs directional air dodges. And this is definitely the game I sunk the most hours into. I remember I stayed up all night to not even finish Subspace Emissary. I only got like halfway through it my first night. Halfway through it. Actually, I may have gotten to I think I got to the Great Cave Offensive, and I'm like, all right, I'll call it a night. Call it a night here. Oh my god, look how many stages there are. 9 stages? We're well over 9 stages. And classic mode is still going. I believe Smash Wii U has its own version of this song, and I think I like it better. I believe it's different. I'm pretty sure it is. This stage sucks. Ice Climbers should get a better stage. They should turn the Break the Targets one into its own stage. In fact, the Melee one? Yeah, Ice Climbers didn't really have a good stage ever. Oh, now we're moving on to the next one. Oh yeah, 2 target tests. Like, are you kidding me? You have to go through 2 target tests in 1 run of Classic mode. Crazy. This is the last one, yeah. And then Master Hand. But we're almost there. AI is busted in these games throughout. Like, you know, before in the other games, they'll kind of pretend to, like, fight each other. But in Brawl, the AI will... they don't bother fighting anyone else that isn't you. Look at this. This is just how the regular CPU is. It is not because we're in Classic mode. Like, if you have 4 level 9 CPUs together, they don't do shit. Also, I hate Dragoon. Now I can officially say it. I do not like Dragoon at all. Or the other Dragoon clones that have been added in this series. Nope, not in Brawl. Not in Brawl, buddy. This effect was way cooler. When you finally beat him, that looks pretty dope. Gotta admit. Credits time. A lot different, just straight up playing the music. Oh yeah, this one you can just hold down. And guess what? You can also speed it up. Not nearly as fast though, as you can see. But golly, it looks like a good way to get coins, huh? Was that thunder? Or is that outside, or is that the game, or? I think that's real life. Well, the power goes out, sorry. I hope it doesn't, because I think my recording will be corrupted. Oh, damn it. Again, we're gonna be skipping cutscenes and everything in this. Easy, so we can get through it faster. If you want to see an actual playthrough of me playing through Subspace Emissary, that is already on Go to Bedcast, so you can see that there. It's 2 years old, granted, but I mean, it sounds fine. I don't know, yeah. So this is how we're gonna start, huh? Oh shit, Flood, that's right. Mario doesn't have his down B anymore. I think it's, oh, it's his down air now, yeah. Boss fight, or not boss fight, now we're just, going through characters. This game was, like, developed by, 2 studios, mashed together. This game had a large-ass amount of people working on it. A massive amount of people that, because there was a studio that was in charge of, like, you know, doing the cutscenes and everything. Had a scenario writer and everything, wasn't Sakurai. Probably still like his ideas and concepts for it, plot-wise too. Nice. There's a big difference in how, like, you know, we're fighting original enemies, we're in an original stage. It's just Kirby and Mario fighting. It's a big change from Melee, is Melee's adventure mode where you were going through the Mushroom Kingdom and then other Nintendo worlds, and now we're in a completely original one fighting Petey Piranha to free Zelda. I think we freed Zelda last time in the original playthrough, so let's work on Peach. Damn, up tilting, that was way faster. I'm pretty sure we freed Zelda last time, pretty sure. I did not check. Not like it matters though. It's really cool that it like changes the cutscenes, but we're also skipping the cutscenes. We got Rob64 from Star Fox. And here we have Skyworld, which is kinda Kid Icarus, but like, you know, Kid Icarus didn't have a game since NES at this point. So it's the Kid Icarus world, just new assets. These can be trophies and stickers inside these item boxes. 2 new stickers, all right. So yeah, why do Subspace instead of unlocking the characters the other ways? There's 3 ways of unlocking characters in this game. They'll have a number of versus matches. You can do Subspace to get all but 3 of them, and then there is like traditional ways to get them. So why not do those traditional ways? Whoa, what? Holy shit. Just up tilt that guy, it obliterates him. That's funny. So like if I were to do the traditional ways as I've been doing them, we would still have to clear Subspace anyways. And I don't want to underestimate the length of Subspace. I think Subspace, clearing it, is still gonna take 4 streams of itself. At most. Brawl is gonna take 4 streams. And we have to be finished before the 6th. The 6th is, that's it. That's Smash Ultimate Night. Uh-oh, I don't want to hit that. I don't think you want to hit that either, buddy. Wow, Pit's roll is, he goes really far. You know, when I had to I originally played Subspace, and my Wii that I still have, my original Wii, what happened was my original Wii fell from a substantial height off one of the dressers. We'll do one more level. We'll save anyways, though. And after it fell, it started making, it was the CD drive and it was very, very loud. So I had to send it into Nintendo, and it stopped reading discs eventually, so I had to send it to Nintendo to get it fixed. And that's what they did. Isn't this the best level, huh? Anyways, I had to replay Subspace, and I replayed it with my friend Christian. It was actually a really fun time. Replaying Subspace with a friend, I enjoyed that immensely. This mode was a lot of fun if you played it with a friend, in all honesty. Brawl easily has the most substantial single-player content, and you can still do most of it with a friend. So it was still a great co-op game as well, more than any other Smash game really was. So I hope Spirits Mode can achieve replayability, most and foremost. It doesn't have to be, you know, the amount of content. We don't have to have all these modes. If Spirit Mode can be immensely, rather, replayable. Now, if there's a lot of replayability to sink into Spirits Mode, that'd be great. I think there was a new Smash Ultimate TV commercial. I think all the commercials of this game really had like a lot of catchphrases to them. Really, they did. Nintendo of America did a good job, like with the Brawl and Smash 4 commercials. Did a good job with them. And in Brawl, it was the Brawl to end them all, which made people think that Brawl was the last Smash game, and kinda it could have been. Settle In and Smash was the Wii U one. And then in Ultimate, it seems to be one more game. It's a really solid one, I gotta say. You know, last week, I did Classic Mode, right? I did that run through Classic Mode. And I played with Sheik for some reason. I have a Brawl main, and it's Marth. I don't think I've actually ever said that yet. I don't think anyone has shipped in ask about my Brawl main. Oh, why do I care? It's not the secrets. Let's speedrun it. I can't believe it took until Smash Wii U for them to put the roll into DK's moveset. Project M did it too, right? My Brawl main was Marth, so I have no idea why I didn't use Marth. I was so used to saying you didn't have a main for Smash 1, they just applied to all Smash games. Nah, I was just a youngin' for Smash 64 and Melee. I was just too young for it, and in this one it's Marth. I played in 2 tournaments in my entire Brawl career. Not real tournaments, no tournament rules, no standard tournament rules. I'll talk about the first one. I was very young. It was in the middle of the second version of Street Fighter 2, or Street Fighter 4. Whatever year that was. It was a GameStop held tournament that was in a mall, our local mall, that is very deserted now. But it was hosted by GameStop, and they said if tournament went well, then they would host more. Well, the tournament went pretty well, but they never hosted more. Anyways, so there was a Brawl tournament. The Brawl setup, it was one setup. No one was unlocked. Everyone was unlocking as the matches were played. I didn't know that, so I went in unprepared because I play Marth, and you have to unlock Marth. Granted, it takes like, Marth's the first character you unlock through just playing matches. Hello, Gug. Yeah, those are all G's. If you don't want me to say Gug, let me know. So I didn't play Marth, and I was like, alright, I'll play Olimar. I don't know how to play Olimar, by the way. I didn't know how to play well. But I mean, it doesn't matter. I played it, certainly. Hey, Crimson. Just resubbed for 7 months. The fun has arrived. That's right, we're playing Brawl, baby. The fun's always here. So, it was a GameStop held tournament. The setup, no one was unlocked on it. I decided to play Olimar for my one match that I would actually play. And it went pretty bad, I gotta say. But I mean, I did it, I played. We signed up, and then I wasn't signed up, so they had to like put me in at the last minute because they didn't put me in the bracket for some reason, even after I signed up and saw myself on it. I was just gone from it. But yeah, just played Olimar. But I played Marth. Marth was my main. And I mean, I'm not big on Olimar. Frankly, I don't know why I played Olimar or liked Olimar. And Olimar was good in Brawl, too. Olimar was pretty good in Brawl. There's a reason people are a little worried right now that Smash Ultimate Olimar has some things that he had in Brawl. A little concerning. But I digress. That was my first tournament. First not real tournament. Oh shit, that's right. The second one was a school thing, like during class. It was a going away party for one of the subs. So, you know, it was as casual as it could get. I worked hard to get up here. I'm gonna see what it is. Yeah, dude was going away, and it was a pretty cool sub, and it was actually a really cool class because it was a senior math class. Although, alright, there were only like 5 seniors in it, and the rest were just really smart, like sophomore and freshmen. That tended to happen a lot. Every young kid just seemed to be in upper math classes for some reason, but whatever. High school's easy. What can you say? So, Brawl tournament. Random stages, I don't remember the stock count, but I know there wasn't like a time limit. And I won that one, I won the whole thing. It was really easy. And I got to play Marth there. I think I practiced though playing Project M? I don't know why I did that. But I mean, it didn't matter, I won anyways. Although I did have one match. 2 matches, there were 2 matches where I like, tried. And in those 2 matches where I tried, I cursed during both of them, and that was a big deal. I knew the teacher didn't care. She was really cool. She knew like, she had, in her class, she had more to worry about with the younger kids than the seniors who were, you know, about to leave. So I mean, I cursed out loud. I said fuck, and she looked at me. I am quiet too. I was definitely quiet. So it's like, I'm sure she didn't care, but yeah, it's unexpected because I don't say anything usually. So it's really funny in that regards, and I did it twice. I don't know, it was more the atmosphere. I don't actually curse when actually playing. If I were like in an actual match. When I played actual tournament matches, the one I went to was for Smash Ultimate. I did not curse, it was very respectful. Nice. Stream demonetized. Oh yeah, did I tell you that the one stream I did on YouTube was demonetized? That was pretty great. Because I certainly said an F word. So the stream was demonetized. Look at all the stickers I got. We got Eldstarred from Mario Party 5. Have I unlocked any characters yet is a good question. I don't think so. Looking at this roster of characters, no. And we're not going to any sooner either. This is the boss, right? Rayquaza. I played online tournaments. I remember I was telling you guys about the Insider Forums, which is Nintendo's official forums back in the day. Back in the late GameCube, beginning of the Wii era. Probably even longer. But that's when I was on it. And as you can imagine, I was very young. But they closed down. I saw that they closed down after Sonic was unveiled. And I was a little, you know, I was upset because I wanted to, you know, see what the hullabaloo was. Everyone talking about Sonic and Smash. That was a cool deal. Nice. Had no one to talk to about it, so kind of different forum. And whether it be lack there of creativity or me just not wanting to find Smashboards, because Smashboards was around at this time. I never went to Smashboards at this point yet. I did eventually. After Brawl came out, I definitely did. But I only lurked on it, I didn't actually use it. So the forum I found and was on for a while was called Insider 2. It was just the same one, but 2. That's where I stayed, and they had cute little clans that you could be a part of. It was pretty cute, and it was pretty cool. It was a community of people, pretty sizable community when Brawl was out. And then there was the whole thing. It was really fun, you know, just between like clans constantly having like, what would you call it now? Oh, that thing is behind. That thing's hiding it, or I just have to kill it. You know, fun community of people. You'd play matches against other clans. It was really cool. Ours sucked, but that's okay. We just had fun. And I was like really young. I think I was really salty. I was a really salty kid online in those matches, and I'm kind of irritated to think that, but at least I'm not like that now. At the very least. Were there any Johns? Oh, totally. Yeah. John had already established his reputation by this point, so I was well aware of it. And also, yeah, it was me. Salty as fuck. I don't wanna like specifically look back at it. It was probably really bad. But you know, I was young, and I don't think anyone gave me shit for it, but probably because it was probably really obvious that I was like that young, and they're like, it's just a kid yelling, let him go. And then at that point, I was on YouTube. And what a surprise that, like, the thing that got me into Machinima was, I mean, it was definitely Ship. Ship was a big part of it, because he did it with Smash Brothers. I'm pretty sure I saw, my brother introduced me to Red vs. Blue. And then I was like, this is cool. And I am paying attention to it, though. And then I saw you could do it with Smash Brothers, so like, oh, word? Let me get in on this. And then oh shit, and then I did. And then that's history. There were so many people that I don't know where they are now. I could talk about people. Talk about the people that were in the... But if I go back to the forum communities, I don't know what they're up to. I did not keep good tabs on them. Actually, yeah, I remember someone who, if anyone is well aware of Smash community, they might know him. I'm pretty sure A-Star the Third ran around on the same forums. I'm pretty sure he was there. And I just because I saw the name, like, in the last year, within the last few months, I saw an Ace Star the Third online. He's into Smash Brothers. That name sounds eerily familiar, so I'm like, that's probably the same guy. And if it is, if anyone was interested in how he was many moons ago, he was an extremely nice dude. Extremely nice. I think I was probably, even though I was still a polite kid, I was probably still a shitty kid. So having people that, remembering people that put up with me. I'm gonna say Zero Wolf. No. We'll get to that another hour or so maybe. As I keep recollecting. But A-Star, I'm pretty sure he was on the same forums. If not, there was definitely someone Ace and Third in their title on the same forum. And then that's the only person I can really remember. The others are probably just around or moved on in life. That's possible. Sometimes you just move on in life. There were definitely people that, like, I knew online that don't browse forums at all anymore. They don't play video games. They move on. You ever get to play with Ace? I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, I'm positive we played Smash. But I mean, I had a shit connection. Not that, like, the Verizon DSL we had was never, like, laggy. The ping was always really good. What's this one? But it was just slow, so if anyone was doing anything in the house, I probably lagged. Is it just hold? Whoa, you can't float? I couldn't float. Weird. That's weird. Normally you're able to, like, float and move in midair with that one, with that hammer, and that's what set it apart. I'm pretty sure you could do that in this game. This is where, that's why this hammer was introduced. What? Where's the fire? Where's the fire, ma'am? Oh, there it is. The fire's not hurting him. Speaking of fire, it's mash A? Oh, okay. I was mashing the jump button. Speaking of fire, in Smash Ultimate, Incineroar gets hurt when he's in water. It's really cool. And probably Charizard too. And it's not even 1%, it's less than 1%, but that's why they can, you know, you can see the decimal place now. Really cool. So I think that was about it for the forums. It was just a good time. There were Smash boards, I just lurked on them. I don't know why I didn't really use them, but I didn't. Then I moved on to, oh yeah, I was talking about Machinima, and was introduced to that, and then I moved on. And I saw, like, it was a time where everyone was getting Machinima contracts. Like, people were partnered with Machinima, not for their YouTube channels, their own YouTube channels, but to put content on the main Machinima channel. And everyone was getting these things because Machinima was seeing it as a worthwhile investment. This is well before their Warner Brothers gave them an investment, but it was a big deal. And then I worked hard, kinda, I guess, to record video games and get a contract for it. I don't know. I don't imagine myself as, like, there were a lot of projects I didn't, like, finish, and I had big ambitions, and that's something anyone that creates content runs into immediately, and probably in their younger days, is they overshoot what they can handle. Like, people that think, game developers that think they're gonna make the first WoW killer and as their first game. You know, it's not gonna happen. It won't happen. But I mean, you know, you dream it. Marth time, lads. When Smash Wii U came out, I was trying to learn Marth. It didn't happen, and that's okay. I found Seldom and Sheik for a little while, and then Link. And I think learning Link was a really good idea because it gave me an idea of the kind of character I like. That's how big Rooster Teeth got. Yeah, and they were already had, like, at that point, they already had, like, printed physical DVDs at GameStop that you could buy. So it's really cool that it went even beyond that. I think we have to go to over here. Or not use it at all. I don't think I'm gonna use this key at all. And then I just like wanted to keep, you know, expressing myself, be creative. But in the period where I was making Brawl Machinima, I had, you know, I got the full game soundtrack. I was watching as many other Machinimas as I could. And generally, it was an oversaturated time of everything Brawl, everything visually Brawl, every animation. Knew it all because I saw it, I worked with it for animation, or for like, you know, for the Machinimas. In like planning them out. And then I watched what other people did. Smash-tasm, Brawlgasm, Smash Fighter being big. Yeah, I mean, not even actually that big, like, you know, the sub counts, how everyone's grown since then is more massive than anything Smash Machinima was. Smash Machinima felt like a lot, I guess, but it really wasn't. Because the outreach, even though just all of us have now, like my biggest amount of subs like under that was like on my old channel. It was a big deal at like 2,000 subs. Now I sit idly at 30K and it doesn't, like, subs don't matter. Let me tell you, subs don't. That number right now on my YouTube channel, it's going down, but every other analytical number is just going up. So it's like that sub number really doesn't mean anything. Oh yeah, hacking scene. So there was a itch to just extend the capabilities of what you can do with Smash Machinima through hacking the game. And the first massive steps in that were to getting first no HUD, to remove the HUD from replays, and to be able to remove the camera from being locked to a character in replays and just unrestricted in general. And you know, those eventually happened. Trying to think if there's anything else to it. And then yeah, it really wasn't like playing Brawl online barely. I still played it with like Omnio. Isn't there not a map? No, there isn't. I played it with Omnio, Cheat, and all of them. Rave didn't play online. Yeah, all played Brawl online, but then we played other things because Brawl online sucks. As far as my understanding is, everyone was playing like Xbox games before I was in the Skype group. It was mainly Xbox games. I definitely remember us playing like Halo Custom Edition. That was a massive amount of fun. Jesse too, Miguel, all of them. Man, I slept on Fire Emblem music as a kid. Now that I've played Fire Emblem, I love most of its music, especially these old tracks. When that song from Fire Emblem 2 played, during, like, when I was playing Fire Emblem Echoes, I was like, oh shit, this is awesome. Completely slept on it. Voice actors that we knew, like Speed Jolt, who goes by Kellen Goff now, got an actual role. Sonic Mega, getting actual roles. Like really cool what those guys have been able to do since those days. Same with the roles Rina-chan's gotten. Although she was like, you know, known already. But I mean, she was willing to take like anyone that would email her about, hey, could you voice Peach? And then do it. Just record some lines if you email her. I think of anyone else. I don't know where like, it was a big VS was the initials. I think it was not Virtual Smash. I forget what that whole group's name was called. I don't know what those people are up to now, but not kept tabs on them at all. They were really cool folks though. I feel like I was annoying to them because I was still juvenile. You're a dumb person all your life until you get older, and then you still get dumb. So I think I was, I don't know how I was, or I don't know how they perceived me or what they're up to right now, but they're there. Y'all know Relax Alex. You know, I don't know how much he wants me to, or how much he would, if he wants to like delve into where he was 10 years ago, he can do that. He probably maybe has on a stream. But he was in the same community. We knew him. We worked together on some things. And then, please, wait, there's no score. What am I doing? And then he wanted to work on his own stuff. And then the rest is history from there. He's done fucking amazing for himself. And then I branched off more to TF2 stuff. Legally an adult, but still feel like a kid. Yeah. I mean, I'm not feeling like a kid, but an idiot, maybe. You just never stop feeling it. This is gonna be quite the levels to play while kinda not paying attention. Here we go. I think all I have to do is go to like the top right. Oh, I didn't finish. Oh wait, yes I did. I was gonna talk more about that tournament where I cursed. Yeah, it was the guy who had the idea to play a Smash tournament, who is also only winning. I think that's why he wanted to do the tournament. Just for everyone to play in the first place, so he could win. He clearly knew how to play Brawl. But I mean, I won. That's why I cursed, is because he was really good. Man, let me tell you where I was when Brawl's roster leaked. I mentioned it before, and I was like, Rob, really? I didn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it at all. It was known as the 35-man roster. There were other fake rosters and people that just made fake leaks. No roster leaks. It was just text leaks. And the 35-man roster was not was just a text leaked as well. I don't know. I just didn't like Rob. Really? I still don't believe it. This roster is fake in this game. I remember when Lucario leaked. Remember when Ganondorf leaked, I think? Ganondorf leaked because they showed like a screenshot of the stickers. It was when the sticker update came out, I believe. And in the image of the sticker UI, you could see Ganondorf's icon at the bottom of the screen. And that's how Ganondorf leaked. And I think Lucario was in the same leak, and Jigglypuff. I think all three of them were same there. And then the game came out, and, you know, when a game comes out, people post, like, you know, videos. YouTube was in its infancy, but, you know, that's still what people did, so. There was the video of, Lucario and the Subspace cutscenes, because the game came out in Japan quite a couple months earlier. Speaking of that, look, it told me to go this way, so. Speaking of that, last time I played Melee, I mentioned that Melee was delayed. It was not true. Melee was not delayed. Melee had 13 months of development, and that was it, but it was not delayed. It just wasn't a launch title. It was a launch window. It launched in the launch window, but the game was not available to purchase and play the day that the Wii came out, or that the GameCube came out. Just wanted to correct that. But anyways. I think there was something else on the roster. Oh yeah, maybe I thought 35 characters was too small. Maybe I thought that. I don't know, it didn't make sense. I was a young kid. I certainly hope no one listened to me trying to reason with them back then. But I didn't believe the ESRB leaks either, so what do I know? Like, that was an image, and I didn't believe an image. I didn't believe in parallax. So whatever. So yeah. What else? Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about the hacking scene, because we were waiting for. I was waiting for, like, you know. First of all, I think everyone had a homebrewed Wii. Everyone. Everyone certainly had a Wii, but a lot of people homebrewed and hacked their Wii. I remember at high school. No, not high school. Yeah, it was high school. Freshman year. There was an after-school program. I think it was tutoring. It's part of tutoring. And it was a what is it? Like a staff room just for staff, and it had a Wii in the closet for some reason. We busted the Wii out one day, and the Wii had Homebrew installed on it. It's pretty, like, how? Why? Who did that? Everyone did it. But I mean, yeah, it was, the process to even, like, installing Homebrew on your Wii right now is far simpler than it was, and a lot of people who homebrewed their Wiis in the early day are probably in, like, they're not bricked, but they're in pretty unrecoverable states in some ways. Like, a lot of people have fucked, their Wiis can't play GameCube games anymore. They have to run through, like, a backup app to run them. I know mine is like that, Miguel's is like that, Max's was like that. But yeah. Anyways, so the Smash scene. I found the forums where people were doing that. And stuck around, lurked to see what was going on and what was up with it. Watch progress be made, not just for those camera tools, but what other, you know, cheats they could come up with, what kind of character modifiers there were. And I even did videos about some of those character modifiers, because it was really cool to do, and I had the equipment from Machinima to make the videos, so I did. So I thought it was really cool to, like, show that shit off. I even did a live stream of it once, on Ustream, I believe. Now, I don't know what the quality was of it. Max had a Wii. Max definitely had a Wii, yeah. He modded the fuck out of his Wii. I don't know how extensive his knowledge goes to modding a Wii, but it was pretty extensive apparently. Okay. I'm sorry, what was I saying? I was talking about hacking. So I was watching them make progress and seeing all the other kinds of character modifiers they were doing. And I even streamed some of the modifiers and, like, testing them out. It was when moveset swapping became a funny thing, and I streamed moveset swapping. I didn't have a mic set up, I was just, like, talking to chat. It was a decent amount of people. Like, man, I should have kept that up. I'm a little upset that in my earlier days, I dabbled into Let's Plays. I dabbled into streaming. I didn't capitalize on it. You guys have any idea where I'd be right now if I capitalized on it? And then I didn't. I just wanted to keep trying new things. I don't know why I had an obsession with trying new things, but I kept doing it. Shit was unnerving. It was really funny. And then, yeah. Then it got even more extensive, and it was really cool. I didn't know this, but Ship had the tool to make his own codes, and I thought he was still, like, using publicly known ones, but for a while he was just making his own anyways. And I didn't know that. I thought he was in the same boat as the rest of us, waiting on it, but no. And I kept a massive archive of every Brawl code I could find. I don't have it anymore, obviously, but I had so many codes. Wow. Doesn't even matter if I could recover. I had codes that are no longer, like, you'd have to use the Wayback Machine to find some of the codes I had archived. If they were like posted somewhere, even like privately, somewhere small and then gone, I had it. Oh man, have you heard Pokemon Trainer's new voice in Ultimate? I love a lot of the voices. Ray Chase voices Roy in Smash Ultimate, and Yuri Lowenthal is Marth. Good picks, good picks. Whatever they did to Pokemon Trainer, oh man, I don't like how he sounds. But I guess that's okay because people have the option to play as Leaf now, and Leaf sounds fine. Ike's voice is different too, I think. But that's okay. Oh, no. I think Ike has two voices. Ike has a different voice for his other costume. Because that's technically a younger Ike. I think Ike has two different voices depending on the costume you use in Smash Ultimate. In this game, he only has one costume. I don't think the Wii Fire Emblem was out yet. Where it pauses for a second for a little bit of loading. Yo, look, this boss is back in Smash Ultimate. No doubt the other bosses are back too. I have no doubt. Although PD Piranha is now Piranha Plant's final Smash, I have no doubt the other ones are back. This Mega Man ass boss. In the earlier days of Project M, I did not like Project M. Because for some reason, there was maybe it was just me, but there was definitely a time where Project M had way more hit stun than it should have had. It had way too much hit stun. Maybe it was still the same hit stun as Melee, and like they didn't have gravity right or DI correct yet, but it was infuriating how much hit stun Project M had at that one point, and that was like when we were mainly into it, and also when I just stopped playing it because it was annoying, because it didn't feel like Melee at all because of that issue. Despite how much hit stun Melee actually has, there's something else about it that was totally off. Yeah, there are, if anyone doesn't know how like extensive Switch mods are, pretty extensive. There will be mods for Smash, I promise you, day one. There will be mods for Smash, like, probably visual, week one. In the first month, you're gonna see a modded character in Smash Ultimate. I promise. I think, like, because, you know, it's all the same community that knows what they're doing. And Smash has, since Melee, used similar file structures to what it's always done. And especially Brawl to Smash Wii U to Ultimate, they probably... Nice. Use very similar file structures. Are you making tier lists for Ultimate, or is that just a joke? Did I mention tier lists? I made a stage tier list. The people that made the character tier list maker made a stage maker one. So at the end of the stream, I'm gonna go over the stage one. Now that I can visually show it, compare all the stages right next to each other. You know what? With seeing how Pokemon Let's Go is leaked early, by the way, and Smash Ultimate's probably gonna leak early, by the way, we don't have to watch this. There might even be there might even be mods for Smash Ultimate before the game comes out. Potentially. YouTubers making tier lists already. Oh, yeah, that was Zero. Zero's doing a lot of them. Some of the other more known Smash players are doing them. They preface them with this, and I'm gonna preface it too if you watch any of those videos. They're just for fun. They're not serious. If you only look at like the title and thumbnail, they're gonna look that way. but they're always prefaced with, it's for fun and not serious. Anything can happen. Zero has been wrong. And that's okay. And seriously, it's their grind, you know? It's their grind. I don't disrespect their grind. They do them. It works for them. They live how they want. They're happy. Watching those guys like review the footage though was really cool, because like those top players, they have an ability to focus and know what to look for that most do not. So it's always really interesting with watching a lot of them watch footage, even if like the conclusions that they draw from what they're seeing might not line up. It's interesting. And how weird the enemies were in Brawl story mode are. Yeah, and then a lot of these enemies transferred over to Kid Icarus too. But yeah, they are pretty weird in design. I'm very, like, they're cool and all, but they're weird, and I hope not a lot of them return in Ultimate story mode. Like, it seems to be, if you look at the map, the overworld map for Smash Ultimate, you know, theory crafting here, but there are, like, one of the Pokemon cities is literally there. One of the Pokemon cities that's a map is literally right there. So they're using actual locales this time, which is great. That's how it should be. No plan to release retro consoles because Switch sells well. Wii U wasn't, hence the ROM banhammer. SNES Retro. I miss Subspace. I hope, like, I'm pretty sure Sakurai talked about it even in the latest Famitsu column. I think he's taken us on a ruse cruise to believe that there isn't a lot to, because he was saying, like, yeah, we were pretty vague in the Direct. The Direct was intentionally vague, and everything will make more sense when the game comes out. But I'm a little worried because the reason to be vague is so, like, people don't see much of a reason to data mine the game. But I mean, the game's gonna get data mined anyways. Ah, this music was pretty good too. This music was pretty good too. Alright, Brawl had some jammin' tunes. I think Ultimate can outdo it, but we'll have to wait and see. The F-Zero, what is it? The Sonic Composer doing the other one. Smash Ultimate has some hits on its hands, potentially enough to be enough. The main theme with lyrics, I'd love it. Still, goddamn, I'm letting my moves get stale. I need to, yeah, mix it up between some fairs and some nairs. And some dares. Yo, so Falcon's side B in Ultimate now has super armor, which is funny because it had super armor in one of its custom moves in Smash Wii U. One of the customs for Falcon's side B was to give it super armor, and now it is the same as it always was, except now it has super armor, and it's great. Might be a narration of the story, potentially. Was this in the base game? Had to have been. I don't remember this song. What the fuck? I don't remember this song. Oh, I don't remember this song having guitars. Alright, yeah, the Brawl soundtrack was pretty good. I'm gonna need a tier list maker for soundtracks that has the playable audio files so I can reference them. This music is also awesome. This is a remix of the original theme though, but this Kirby's Air Ride music, fucking chef's kiss. Imagine if they included all 800 Pokemon in Ultimate and never told anyone. That would be hilarious. Oh shit. Just kidding, I'm playing Meta Knight. Good, nice try. I just want to grab you over here. Come over here. Whoa, he lived? Oh god, the friction. Huh. I saw in Smash Ultimate, friction works the same way on ice, where you freeze and you can't really move. And I was like, you know, there wasn't that much in Brawl, was it? And, well, I guess it was. How do people kill with this character? Melt. You're weak to fire, right? You can't, like, load up a save that finished the oh, I missed the jump button. I was never a big fan of how Snake played. Not the worst character at all. Not the worst feeling character to me at all. And he's honestly, now that like in a like if he was an ult or a Wii U, he'd probably feel fine. So, you know, I'm pretty confident. I'll give him a go. Miguel got to play today. Miguel played a Smash Ultimate at some mall, and he said he played as Snake, and that Snake was fun. Mennonite the only one flying the ship that has his face on it. No, he's right there, clearly not flying the ship. I forget what's flying it right now. It might be the Game & Watches. I don't think we fought the Game & Watch boss. So I'm pretty sure Game & Watches are controlling the ship right now. I don't know if you heard this fact, this little factoid. It's on a wiki somewhere that explains that the adverse effect that is had on the Game & Watches from like Taboo's whatever powers is because Game & Watch has no concept of good or evil. Making him an excellent vessel, I guess. Would you believe that to do that up tilt spam or that up air spam, I don't know why I was just doing this. I just did it again. I'm hitting jump and C stick instead of jump and A. I realized, remember how the vessels of the characters had glowing eyes? What part of Game & Watch glows? If you, yeah, find some, like, a match footage of him, and then see on the, start screen. Like, it'll show it. But, that emphasizes the eyes. It does that in Wii U too. When you get a KO with a character, their eyes on the character portrait gleam. I don't think that happens in Brawl. Maybe it does. Oh, there it is. Have you ever had a super stew that was so good it just invigorates your soul? Yes. Most definitely. Poor Zelda. It's so dramatic closing the door on her. Alright, so we've unlocked Snake. And that's why it closes in on her, because she transitions right from the same shot. But the game's interrupted between those shots, so you don't really get that. I didn't even, like... I did not mention that this game has a boss rush mode that you unlock after completing Subspace as well. I don't think I mentioned that when I was going through the modes. Oh man, Sheik's so cool. And by extension, Zelda. Yes, calm down, have some tea. It's okay, Fox. Oh, we got another L star. We should start using these. Nah, let's not. Why does she fight everyone? To test her limits. Yeah, here are the Game & Watch that are in control. And Snake just decked all of them at once. And they formed a boss. Oh yeah, this guy is definitely, if the one dude made a comeback into whatever the fuck Ultimate is doing in World of Light, then this dude's gonna be back too. So get hyped for it. Also, while I was editing through the footage yesterday, I didn't really talk about... There were the characters that, you know, they were rumored, but what did I want when Brawl was out? I was definitely, you know, featured them in my signature on the forums. If I can remember them. I was a big advocate for supporting people that wanted Villager and Tom Nook. It was more Tom Nook. People wanted Tom Nook. Because I don't think anyone thought of the Villager as a character itself. So it was always Tom Nook. And I always loved the idea of how would this character fight. And I mean, it was basically answered through Villager. I always thought that was really cool. Geno, I definitely wanted Geno. OG supporter of Geno in Brawl. Oh man, that's Ganondorf using modern technology. And that's really weird actually. I've never thought about that. What the fuck? That's Ganon looks at all these monitors? Like, oh my god, that's a hologram. That's a digital hologram of Ganondorf. That's not, like, magic. Holy shit, I never thought of that. Holy shit. Captain Falcon just lifts them and drops them. That's so funny, actually. DK is the most expressive character. Yeah, he is. He totally is. Oh man, who's ready for the redemption arc? Everyone's favorite, we're not gonna play him, by the way. Everyone's favorite, the redemption arc. We'll play as him. As our fourth character. You would think, like, the villains would do something about the item spawn rate in their base. What? It doesn't hurt him. Oh, this is bullshit. I just let him get all that time. Open up. Oh wow, that was easy. Jump. Pikachu. I had no idea they were actually that easy to just open up if you... Like, before I aimed for the head. This time I didn't aim for the head, I just aimed here at this base. Look at the way... He took away control of those divine beasts in Breath of the Wild as Calamity. Ganondorf himself probably wouldn't have any problem working with advanced technology. Oh, that's, I mean, that's true, yeah. It just looks weird, especially when it's Twilight Princess Ganondorf. I'm willing to subscribe to a theory that, like, it means something if the characters aren't on the cliff. Because you could probably, in some way, sway the opinions of Bowser and K. Rool to get them fighting on the same team, but I don't think you're gonna get Ridley to act good. So it would make sense that Ridley would be chaotic. What's the word? Chaotic evil 100% and not unable to switch. It makes a lot of sense. Looks like the gang is all here. Isabelle is chaotic neutral. Was she not on the cliff? I could believe it. Oh man, if there's story cutscenes, that's gonna happen. You know it will. Oh, this is this dope ass scene where Kirby saves the day yet again. Are we ready for the more Sakurai bias? Isabelle wasn't on the cliff, but Bowser was. That's interesting, that's interesting. I think it's gonna happen. That's my story predictions. Isabelle's gonna be evil. Isabelle will be the secretary of Galim. That was a vicious sound. Jesus. Was Ganondorf on the cliff? Because Ganondorf strikes me as pure evil. Chaotic evil. Especially melee Ganondorf. That dude's just miserable. I bet if the game gets data mined, evil Isabelle is gonna be the first thing everyone freaks out about. Oh, you know what'll happen with the data mining? So in Smash Wii U, all the video files in Smash Wii U are just MP4 files. So if they can just data mine and dump Smash Ultimate, and if it has cutscenes, they're just gonna be MP4 files. Oh man, everything's gonna be out there. Oh man, I'm gonna avoid those actually. If that's straight up what happened, I'm not gonna be able to avoid the screenshots. Oh, fucking, I should have chose Marth. I'm gonna try to avoid the screenshots, but oh man, it's gonna be at least a week, or at most a week of avoiding shit. Cause like I get what, like, you know, they wanted to be vague. I talked about this before, but they wanted to be vague so that so that people would go, you know what, guys? Yep. Nothing to data mine here, please go away, but it's Smash, it's still gonna get data mined. I don't know for what purpose if there is nothing. You know what they should do? No, they shouldn't do that. Cutscenes being a day one patch would be a bad idea. The betrayal. Oof. Oof. Maybe Bowser remembers this, and that's why Bowser is on the good guys. And Ganondorf's a fucking asshole. Nice try, Ganondorf. Bro, I freaked out when I saw those bruises on Master Hand. That's blood, dude. There's blood in this game. Shit. It is going to be a different... I meant to talk about this earlier. It's going to be a different beast entirely, and this is what's cool about every Smash game is, like, you know, I derived some comparisons earlier to, like, mechanics in Brawl, but the reality is, every Smash game is different. We think of them all differently. That is exactly why I do the... Every time I start one of these games, I do the black sheep joke. Because they're all different, and to different people, one game is a black sheep of the bunch. I can't even say, like, now with confidence that Brawl is the most black sheep of the bunch anymore. I would definitely not say that. I don't know which one I would say is the most. But they're all different. To say that even this game, Brawl, feels similar to Smash Wii U is so drastically untrue. They all feel extremely different. Oh, god damn it, Kirby. I didn't miss any trophies, did I? Try twice to play Smash 4 and I can't stand it. See, that's like, I don't know, weird to think. And there are people that definitely did not like Smash 4, and I don't know why. But it's such a weird thing. There's people pumped for Ultimate that are like, didn't like Wii U, but they loved Brawl and didn't play Wii U, or they loved Melee and didn't play Wii U. Ain't that a mood? Where's Eggman? That's a good question, actually. That's a really good question. We know why Sephiroth isn't in. But where is Eggman? What's he up to? Odyssey's music. It makes sense.
I'm just thinking like, I'm just thinking like going into it, like it just sounds like that's the Smash theme, and I was like, when it first came out, I was supremely underwhelmed with Smash Ultimate's like main theme, and then it got lyrics, and it's like, okay, this is much better with the addition of lyrics.
Oh, you just mean like that it's not Latin.